Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Independent Schools Equity and Access Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Sarah, and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use, and we encourage you to do so, use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. We encourage you as well, if you have questions to list to a particular institution, go ahead and list their name. Helps our presenters get to those questions a bit quicker. And this is just one of, or this is the last session of the day as a reminder, but this presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Westtown. I now like to turn it over to our first presenter, DePaul University, the Theater School.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tracy Darson. I'm the Director of Admissions from the Theater School at DePaul University. I'm going to give you my quick 6-minute overview of who we are and what we do, and hopefully this will be exciting for any of you that might be interested in pursuing theater in your future. So the quick overview, the Theater School is part of DePaul University, as you've already guessed based on how I started off my introduction. The Theater School is considered to be a conservatory within DePaul University. So when we're looking at the big picture of who DePaul is and what we do, we're the nation's largest private Vincentian Catholic institution. We have about 20,000 students and change between our grad and undergrad programs. We have 2 different campuses, and we're located in Chicago, as you can see by my amazing virtual background right here. So with all that, DePaul, or the Theater School, we are one of the 10 colleges that we have at DePaul. We consider ourselves to be a conservatory, and I'm going to talk about what that is and means in a couple of minutes here, or maybe in a minute or so. But to kind of give you the quick overview, the Theater School, out of those about 20,000 students, we have about 400 of them. So it's this really interesting environment where you get to be part of this community and engage in all things theater while still being part of a larger institution. So what I like to say to students is that, you get to be in this sort of like family and have access to the clubs and sports and activities that a large liberal arts institution has to offer. We are located in what's called the Lincoln Park campus. So it's sort of the I like to say the urban suburban fusion campus, and that you get to be in Chicago, but we're kind of nestled in a neighborhood with access to the train and restaurants and theaters and all the things, but not the hustle bustle, like busy part of downtown Chicago. So let's talk about the Theater School and what is a conservatory. We have 15 different BFA majors and 3 graduate level majors. We do not offer a BA in theater. So if you're looking at, what's the difference between a BFA and a BA? The BFA is essentially a hyper-focused study in one particular area of theater versus a BA in theater. You could do, some acting and stage management and, theater tech and all of those things. When you're looking at the Theater School and a BFA, you're going to be, in one particular area. So to go quickly through them, we have our acting major, which falls under our performance area. We have our design tech majors, which include costume design, costume technology, lighting design, scene design, sound design, stage management, theater technology, projection design, and wig and makeup design and technology. And then we have what we call our theater studies majors, which are comedy arts, playwriting, theater art, theater management, and dramaturgy and criticism. So basically anything and all things theater, we have a major in at the Theater School. And that's very intentional in that we want you to be working on your craft and collaborating with people in the other facets and areas of theater. Within our structure, about 80% of your classes are going to be theater-based classes. The other 20% are going to be liberal studies classes, and you're going to have guaranteed production practice. So it's really exciting. We do over 30 productions each year. We even were doing a number of productions during the pandemic and continue to do them now in live format, but at that time, and when we were all in lockdown, we were doing a lot of virtual theater. So we're constantly performing, involved in the production practice, and every single one of you as a student at the Theater School is going to be involved in that practice from the very beginning. So in year 1, you're doing crew. Beyond that, you're assistant designing, you're performing, you're writing your play. You get the idea. You're going to be doing it the whole time that you're here. A quick kind of overview about what our application process is like. The best way to think about it is it's 2 parts. First, you apply through the common application, then you're going to do the supplemental part, which includes materials, depending on the major that you're applying under, as well as an audition or an interview. So I'm going to drop some links in the chat when I'm done talking so that you can get connected with all of the specific details about how you apply, what's required for the auditions and interviews. But the long story short is we want you to go through the audition and interview process because it gives us a really good opportunity to learn about who you are and what you do and why you want to be involved in theater for the next 4 years. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for you to show us your best you and where you are now and why you feel like this training would benefit you for the next 4 years. So just really keep that in mind. We are looking for lots of aspects within those portfolios. We're looking for you to be your true self in that audition process. It's really kind of a mutual discovery process, right? As when you're applying to us and you're getting to know us, we're getting to know you at the same time. So, again, if you have questions, you start to review the information about how to apply and how to go through the auditions and interviews, you can reach out to me at any point in time, and I'm more than happy to give you, advice and tips and talk you through and make sure that you really understand it. So just quick note that the application pre-screen deadline for acting and stage management is December 1st. So if you are interested in either of those areas, make sure that you're working on your application as soon as possible. All the other majors are due by February 1st, but you do have to complete the audition or interview. So I would recommend the sooner the better for getting in all of your materials. So with that, once you go through the audition or interview process, we make all of our admissions decisions in mid-March. We do not do any rolling admissions decisions. If you are admitted to the theater school, you are guaranteed to get a scholarship, and those scholarships are awarded for the 4 years that you're here. They range anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000 per year, and that is based on your audition or interview as well as your application. So merit talent based, and again, guaranteed for all students. We also do a locked-in tuition rate, so you know what you're paying in tuition for the 4 years that you're here, and you'll also get that scholarship. You don't have to apply for the FAFSA, but of course, we always recommend that you do apply for the FAFSA. Last couple things, because I know I'm going to run out of time super fast. Few reasons why people choose the theater school at DePaul. One, the faculty that you're working with are going to be working theater professionals. So they are your first network that you are connecting with. They are very invested in your education because they're looking at you, training you as a future colleague. And so it's very important to them that from day one, you're jumping in, you're getting the experience, you're meeting the industry professionals. It's really exciting. The other thing that I'm going to leave is that we're in Chicago, one of the amazing theater cities in this country. So a great place to study for 4 years. I think that's my time, but thank you all. I appreciate you. And I'm going to pass off to our next presenter.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Bard College at Simon's Rock.
Hi, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon. My name is Michelle Chavez. I'm the Director of Admissions and Enrollment here for Bard College at Simon's Rock, located in Great Barrington, Massachusetts, noted as one of the best small towns in the US by Smithsonian Magazine. And this is a great image of our campus, 275 acres of residential community. And what you don't see is about 5 to 10 minute walk. There's a thriving downtown community for students to enjoy the best of being away from a large city, but being connected to a nice community in the campus. So Bard College at Simon's Rock is an early college. We were the first early college in the country, and we were founded in 1966 by Elizabeth Blodgett, who believed that age shouldn't define your intellect. And so some students were ready for college level coursework at an earlier age than other students. And so we were designed to provide students who are ready for college before they're 18 or before their year of completing high school to begin college earlier. And so this here, what you see is our mission, and we're 50 years strong and also associated with Bard College in New York City as well. So students are able to receive 2 bachelor's degrees from us, one from our school and our sister school in New York. So some fun facts about us. We are a small campus because we're so unique in what we offer in terms of students wanting to be part of an early college. We have about 400 students, and we are intentional about our size. Our class average is about 11 students per class, but we do have classes that are about 8 to 6 students with all faculty teaching class. A couple of notes that I want to point out is we are 2.5 hours away from New York City and 2.5 away from Boston, and we have a nice bus system in downtown that helps students if they want to get away for the weekend or go away for some breaks to go into the cities. We're ranked number 5 by US News and World Reports for our undergraduate teaching, and number 4 for innovative, most innovative in our region. So a little bit about our academics. Like many colleges, students will focus their first 2 years on the liberal arts core curriculum. We really want to make sure that you understand the different subjects and that you have an experience looking and reviewing what you're learning and what you want to prepare for the rest of your life. Just because you're a younger scholar doesn't necessarily mean you have an idea of what you want to study. You just know you're passionate about learning and you want to be in a space that allows you that opportunity to explore different options. And then your third and fourth year with us, you are digging deeper into your subject area, meaning you have your major declared and you're working on a senior thesis and earning your bachelor's degree, all by the age of 20. And some of our notable programs are our dual degree program combinations with Columbia University and Dartmouth. So we have this amazing pre-engineering programs with each of the schools. Students will spend 3 years with us and then their last 2 years at either one of the institutions to receive a bachelor's and a bachelor's of science with Columbia or bachelor's of engineering with Dartmouth. Another fantastic program that we're really well known for is our Upstate medical program. Students will spend 4 years here with us working on their pre-med track and then apply to our SUNY Upstate medical program with no MCAT required. We have about 5 seats every year available for that program and are able to recommend at least 10 students. So imagine going to medical school by the time you're 20. Unheard of. Here are some of our notable alum. We have everything from authors, Pulitzer Prize winning journalists, to Oscar winning filmmakers, to entrepreneurs who are on Forbes 30 under 30, to political commentators, you name it, we run the gamut. So like I mentioned, it might be that you're a younger scholar, ready to begin college sooner, not necessarily sure what you're looking to do, but here you'll definitely find the opportunities and the connections to do so. We are a residential campus, so we have a thriving community. We have residential housing for students and different options, student organizations and clubs so that you can get involved. We are a non-competitive athletic school, so that means that students walk on to our teams. We have a swim team, a cross-country team, a basketball team, so students do not have to try out to go onto those teams. They can walk onto them. We do compete with other schools. We host a plethora of campus events and different opportunities for students to get involved. We definitely have a phenomenal wellness and safety campus opportunity. So students here are able to receive unlimited counseling services from our counseling center. Security is here 365 days a week, a year, sorry, and 7 days a week. And our application process is like every other college. We're part of the Common App, or you can apply to our school directly. We do not charge students an application fee, so we want to make sure that everyone is able to apply if they choose to. We look at transcripts, 2 academic teacher recommendations, which could be slightly different from other school requirements, essays, interviews. We offer both need-based and merit-based aid, and students can submit their FAFSA to receive an award package from us. Thank you, and here's my contact.
Great, thank you so much. Next up, we have Manor College.
Hi, everyone. My name is Seth Carver. I'm an admissions counselor at Manor College. Manor College is a small Catholic institution located just right outside of Philadelphia in Jenkintown, Pennsylvania, so not too far from where Westtown is located. We are approaching our 75th anniversary next year. After the founding of our institution by the Sisters of St. Basil, a Ukrainian order of teaching nuns. Our enrollment is about 700 students, and we have a very diverse campus. While a small campus, we also do still offer housing for students over 30 miles away. A couple of the great reasons to choose Manor College are our very small class sizes. As a small institution, we can offer an unparalleled level of personalized education with 12-to-1 student faculty ratio in all of our classes. We have no lecture halls on campus. So again, all your classes are going to be very small. You'll get to know your fellow students and your instructors. Many of our classes are very hands-on, especially in our dental and vet tech programs. You'll be working in the lab, in the clinic, getting great hands-on experience. We have also been voted the safest campus in the state of Pennsylvania for 5 years in a row, and were named the 3rd safest in the entire country this past year. Additionally, in all of our non-clinical programs, your tuition will cover the cost of your textbooks. So you won't have to pay for them individually. No shopping on Amazon. You can just pick them up on the first day of classes. Our application is incredibly easy. You can apply either on our website or via the Common App. We only require that you submit your high school transcript for most of our programs. All of our programs are SAT, ACT optional, and only a couple of our programs require essays, and no letters of recommendation are required. We're also a rolling admissions school, so we will continue to give out decisions every 2 weeks until shortly before the start of the term. So no matter where you are in your college search, you can consider Manor as a potential option. We offer a wide variety of programs, both at the associate's and bachelor's levels. Our associate's programs include many versions of business, including accounting, marketing, and management. We also have clinical programs in dental hygiene, vet tech, pre-nursing, and engineering, as well as options in education, including our early childhood education program, which focuses on pre-K education. At the bachelor's level, we have continuations of all of those great programs at our associate's level, as well as specialties in criminal justice and a pre-law program with a transfer agreement with Widener University. Our specialties certainly are our allied health programs, including our dental hygiene, expanded functions dental assisting, and vet tech programs. All of these programs have clinics on campus, meaning that our students will get hands-on experience throughout their time in the programs. They have both associates and bachelor's options for students who either want to enter the workforce after 2 years or are looking to complete a bachelor's either for career credentials or to move on to graduate school. Additionally, we have our 2 transfer agreements, our 3+3 law program, which includes a direct admission into Widener University's law school, as long as you get the median score on the LSATs. And our 2+2 nursing program with LaSalle University, which is an articulation agreement where you would start taking classes at LaSalle, even in your 2nd year at Manor, before transferring over in your 3rd year. We also offer guidance throughout your time at Manor, both in terms of your academics, and your career progression. We certainly encourage all students to fill out the FAFSA, regardless of what institution you ultimately choose to come. It is really your best way of financing your education. Grants are ultimately free money, so definitely take advantage of them. And Stafford loans can be the lowest interest rate options for financing your education. Additionally, we offer merit-based scholarships based on your GPA. If you fall at any of these GPA thresholds, you'll automatically be considered for a scholarship. All you'll be asked to do is write a short essay of interest before receiving those scholarships, and they can go a long way to making your education very affordable. Even before scholarships, we are the most affordable private residential college in the state of Pennsylvania, with a tuition of about $19,000 per year, with options for rooming on campus. We also encourage students to look for other scholarship opportunities on these websites. They can go a long way to financing your education. And to sum up, we have a really a great campus life and great opportunities for students, including our athletic teams. And thank you very much. Here's my contact information, and I'll drop it in the chat as well.
Thank you so much, Manor College. Next up, we have Thomas Jefferson University.
Hello, everyone. So excited to be here with you. My name is Megan. I'm Associate Director of Admissions at Jefferson. One thing I'll point out just as we get started, you'll see that this presentation is specifically about the East Falls campus. That's because it is specific to our undergrad campus. So You may already know that Jefferson has a couple of different campuses. Just keep in mind that if you're applying out of high school, you are applying into the East Falls campus. And I'll talk to you a little bit about what that campus is like. So we are in the city of Philadelphia, but we're about a 15-minute drive outside of Center City. So that means you're actually seeing like a very green, more suburban campus feel, like an actual college campus, as opposed to being in the middle of the city all the time. But our students will spend a lot of time in the city. They'll take the bus back and forth to go to museums, go shopping. And if you are in a major that is health related, you may also be spending time at the hospital there, etc. So lots of really fun ways to complete your experience with the city. But out in East Falls, we do have over 100 acres there, very green. Only 2,800 students go to school on that campus. So your class sizes are around 12 or 13 people to classes that are specifically related to your major. If you're taking like general education classes, everybody takes those while they're at Jefferson. You might have 30 people in those classes with you, but it's not going to be a lecture hall situation. You are always going to be in a traditional classroom setting. This is a big slide, and I'm not going to go through all of these, but these are all of our undergrad program offerings. So there on the left, you're going to see our architecture, our business, our design programs. Middle right, you're looking more at the health related and science majors, with the exception of the top right, where you have a little more of like the liberal arts sort of feel. Some majors that I want to just call out here. If you see something that has like a 3+2 or a 3+3 after it, that's an accelerated dual degree. So if you're admitted into one of those majors as a first year student, you do have a seat in the grad program attached to it, just so long as you maintain a minimum GPA. We give you what that number is in your acceptance letter, etc. So those are going to be some really good options for you guys if you already know exactly what you want to do. And if those are listed right here. I do also want to point out that if you're applying into Jefferson, you are applying into your specific program. So you can give us up to 3 different choices of programs that you want to be admitted into, but we are admitting you into your specific program and not the university as a whole, if that makes sense. We are really proud of our success rate, 96.5%. What that means is that within 6 months of graduation, you are either gainfully employed or enrolled in the graduate program of your choice. So we do have career services on campus. Your professors really also have your back because they're also still working in the field that they teach. So their networks are very fresh and they know people hiring interns and full-time. So you have lots of assistance when you're actually getting out there into the world. These are just a couple of examples of different things that you're going to find as far as student life goes with us. Over 160 different options. And some popular things are like industry associations where you join the professional component of whatever your major is. We have Greek life on campus, lots of community service options. Most of our students will study abroad as well. So those are just some really big ones to hit, but there's honestly just so much available. So if you're ever interested, please feel free to come to our campus and talk to a student about the types of things that they are interested in. And we are a D2 school, so we do give athletic scholarships for all of the sports on the screen. We have pretty much everything except football. If you're interested in recruiting for any of our teams, just let admissions know because we can help connect you with the right coach and kind of demystify that process for you guys a little bit, because admissions is not going to be like involved in the athletic process, but we can absolutely get you to talk to the person that you need to be with. And I just want to also give you a general idea of how financial aid works with us. So we've got merit aid and we've got need-based aid. Everyone who's admitted into the university is considered for merit aid, and you will receive that scholarship in your acceptance letter. Those range anywhere from $12,000 to $26,000 per year that you're an undergrad at Jefferson. And then about 3 or 4 weeks later, you get your full financial aid package as long as you've submitted your FAFSA. And that's going to include anything else we can give you as far as loans or work study or other grants, etc. And just to give you an idea, we do actually, as of last week, have the new cost of attendance for this upcoming school year. So this is what you guys would be looking at. For a student living on campus, it's a little over $58,000. For a student who's commuting, it's about $44,000. Just keep in mind that if you want to commute, you just need to live within 15 miles of campus, and otherwise you would need to live on campus. And we've got some fun events coming up. Actually, this upcoming Saturday, a week from today, we have an in-person open house, which is like a tour on campus, and all of our professors are there and you get to talk to lots of current students. But we will also be having a virtual open house on December 4th. And we do have tours on campus Monday through Friday every week. As we get closer to Thanksgiving, it might just be a good idea to check and sign up in advance, just so that you know that we're having tours that day, because we get closer to the holidays, things move around a little bit. But please do come tour. I think that's really important for all of you guys. And then during this open house that I just mentioned, we will also have an opportunity to receive a full tuition scholarship. That's called Portfolio Review Day. So if you are applying into a major that is design related, none of those require a portfolio, but if you have one, you bring it with you, you review it with a faculty member, and you're considered for a full tuition scholarship. So just some things to keep in mind as you're in the application process. Our early action deadline just passed November 1st. Our regular decision deadline is March 1st. The only program that has its own deadline is the 3+2 PA program. That's mid-December. Please let us know if you have questions. This will take you to our admissions website. I'll sit on that for just a second, but I'll also give you my information in the chat. And I'm going to turn off my timer before it blows me out of the water. Thanks so much, guys, for being here.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have University of Pittsburgh.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Lindy Pike. I'm an enrollment services manager here at the University of Pittsburgh. I'm originally from Bucks County and I'm a proud Pitt alum. So I work with students that are from Chester County, so I can speak to that experience of driving across the turnpike for every single break. But to give you a sense of who we are here at Pitt, we are located in the city of Pittsburgh. We have just over 18,000 undergraduate students on campus. We're located in the Oakland neighborhood of Pittsburgh, and we're a large research institution. Here are some of our quick facts for you to take away. I am going to point out my favorite statistic, and that is that we are the #1 public university in the Northeast. So if you think about the Northeast and think about all the different cities and schools that are in those cities and around the area, we're very proud of this rankings. So to talk briefly about academics, we have over 100 majors. We have 6 first-year entry schools for you to pick from. On campus, we have students represented from all 50 states, 42 countries. So we have a very engaging and diverse campus community. We have Division I athletics, over 400 student organizations. It's actually closer to 600. And we have a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So even thinking about how large the university is, I think students get worried about getting lost in the mix, but you don't have to worry too much about that. We do keep that student to faculty ratio pretty small. So when you apply to Pitt, you're going to pick one of those first year entry schools to get started in. You can see them listed on the side. We ask you to pick one of those and your application is reviewed directly for that school. So one I want to point out is the School of Public Health, and that's the last one listed. That is brand new this year. We are so excited to offer this opportunity for incoming students. Our School of Public Health was originally a graduate level program. With the interest in public health, as a result of everything going on, we wanted to open that up for first-year students. If you don't know which school you want to go into, reach out to your admissions counselor. We can help you through that process. So I want to talk a little bit about financial aid. Students that want to be considered for merit-based scholarships, you need to make sure you get your application in by December 1st, and you want to make sure that you respond to our Pitt-specific personal statements. And we have scholarships ranging from $2,000 all the way through full tuition, but we also have the Pell Match program. So if you're Pell eligible, we will match that grant dollar for dollar. We're very, very proud of this. So when you are filling out your application, you want to make sure that you're filling out the application for financial aid as well. Like I said, we have over 600 clubs and organizations for you to get involved with. You can see some of the groups that we have, as well as some groups specifically to enhance our diverse campus community. We have tons of them, and students are like, how do you even pick? At the beginning of every semester, we have something called the Activities Fair, where every club and organization sets up a table and you go around. And to be honest, you'll sign up for way more clubs that you have time for, but your first year is all about finding your community and finding your path. So it's kind of fun to go through that process and figure out which club has the community members that you really click with or has something that you're very passionate about. We are rolling admissions, which means we are reviewing applications from the moment our application opens all the way through the spring. But these are some deadlines that you want to keep in mind. December 1st is a big one. You want to make sure that your application's in by then. That way you can be reviewed for scholarships and for our Pitt Honors program. You'll also know, if you have worked with us before, that we have certain guarantee programs. And what that is if you apply to them and you are accepted, you are saving yourself a seat in that graduate level program. We have about 18 of these programs, and if you're interested, I really recommend checking them out on our website. Some of them have specific deadlines to keep in mind, so you want to make sure that you're getting all of those academic materials in and those application requirements in by those respective deadlines as well. We understand that college is an investment and want to make sure that everything pays off. So we have a 94% job placement. This is because of the really strong career center that we have on campus, but it's also the type of student that exists at Pitt. Because we are such a large university in the city of Pittsburgh, there are so many opportunities. So it's kind of up to the student to work with your professors, work with your advisors to set yourself up for success. During my undergrad career, talk about myself for a second, I completed 2 internships. I completed 3 independent research projects. So I had a really robust resume leaving the university, and that made me very confident as I entered the job force. Obviously, I ended up back at the University of Pittsburgh because how can I leave this place? It really is an incredible university for students. Like I said, we're located in Pittsburgh, so you get to take advantage of getting internships and connecting with companies that are based here, like Duolingo, American Eagle, PNC Bank, Dick's Sporting Goods, just to name a few. We also have tons of alumni all over the country, all over the world, so you can connect with them. They're always willing to help out our recent grads. But overall, you want to keep in mind as you go through this process that college is an investment and you want to make sure that it pays off. So I encourage you to check out our website, connect with us virtually or in person. We also have a very robust spring open house schedule. So check out our website and I will put my contact information in the chat. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Williams College.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, I was just getting it into presentation mode. Maybe someone could give me a thumbs up and just make sure that they're seeing what I'm seeing.
All good. Just hit slideshow
Awesome.
and play from start.
Yep, you got it. Thanks, everyone. So yeah, hi, I'm Kate Heekin. I am an associate director at Williams College. I'm not too far away from Bard, Simon's Rock, up here in beautiful Western Massachusetts. I wish we could do this on campus. I'm a big Westtown fan. We have 2 students from Westtown at Williams right now. One graduated last year. I've been to your campus. It is beautiful. So yeah, hopefully next year. So yeah, let me summon my pharmaceutical speed here, commercial speed, and zip through my slides. So first one, you can just see beautiful campus shot. We always have to do that, right? And I think it's important for people to get a sense of size and diversity of campus. So I am not going to be one of those presenters that reads to you all these stats and facts. You can look at those on your own. But I will say one of my favorite things about working at Williams is just what incredible, fascinating, quirky, interesting students come here from all over the world. You can see there's a 0 in the North Dakota spot there. We're trying to recruit a North Dakota student, but we do have students from all the other states and from different countries, which makes it just such a vibrant place to learn. So let's start, I think, in the right spot. Let's talk about academics for a minute. So Williams is a really proud liberal arts school. There are other liberal arts schools in the Zoom room with me here. And I think one of the exciting things about that is that I just know from talking to a lot of 17 and 18-year-olds, a lot of you have academic passions and academic, ideas, disciplines that you're thinking about pursuing, but you are not positive. And so the great thing about liberal arts is that we are going to give you plenty of time to figure that out. I just know I went to Boston College and I felt a lot of pressure in my first year to pick a major, right? And I switched about 3 times because I was not sure. And so one of the things I love about Williams is that we give you 2 years to do that. Of course, you can come in and say, yeah, I'm going to be pre-med. Let me get going on those classes, or I'm going to do sociology. So you can, again, get started on that path. But we actually don't let students declare their major until the end of their sophomore year. And again, it just kind of takes this pressure off. And so you can see in the middle of the slide there, we do this thing called academic divisions, and we dump all of our classes into these 3 divisions. And we just say, hey, by the time you graduate, just take 3 classes in each of those 3 divisions. Of course, knowing that one of your majors, right, is going to be in one of those divisions. So that takes care of that. But students just say again that they find this to be like just totally doable and appropriate for a liberal arts school. It's not like burdensome and stressful. And I put the stat on the bottom there because I just know that double majoring is interesting to a lot of students, and it's not easy to do at certain schools. And so we're proud of the fact that, more than 40% of Williams students double major, and those can be, in somewhat sort of disparate disciplines, like, I'm going to be a studio art major and a comp sci major, right? Or dance and biology, right? We let students really, really pursue their passions, which I think is a really important thing. So on the next 2 slides, I'm going to point out some things that help Williams sort of stand out. And this slide right here goes over Williams students' favorite time of year. It's called winter study. I'm going to be honest, other schools do this as well. Not every school, but this is definitely out there at some smaller liberal arts colleges. Some schools call it J term or January term. So we have what's called a 4-1-4 academic calendar. You take 4 classes in the fall, you take 4 in the spring, but everyone has to do this thing in January called winter study. So we definitely let you go home in December because students are beat, they've done their exams, they want to go home for a little bit and sleep in and see high school friends and eat that good food that you've missed. But we ask all freshmen actually to come back onto campus in January and take 1 winter study class. And these are really funky classes. You are not going to take like organic chemistry or Western Civ, during winter study, because it's only a short amount of time. It's about 3.5 weeks. So you're going to take things like glass blowing is a really popular winter study course, animal tracking. We own a forest, and there's this community member who takes students out twice a week to track animal prints in the snow. We do a mathematics of Lego bricks winter study course. So you can tell these are academic, but like with a twist, right? And they're graded pass fail. So there's not as much pressure there. I think the ethos at Williams really is like, study hard, play hard. And so this is a time where you're taking a course for only a couple hours a week. Of course, you're engaging with peers, you're learning something new, but it's by all means not supposed to be stressful. And so that's what happens during your freshman year during winter study class. If you always want to come back to campus in January, you're welcome to take this 1 winter study class. But after freshman year, you are allowed to pursue other things for winter study. We always offer at least 15 travel courses with professors. They go, all over the world for about 3.5 weeks. And then if you want to make up an internship or make up your own winter study class, I knew a student 3 years ago who was really obsessed with bagels and thought, I'm going to take this whole bagel making thing and turn it into like a sociology winter study course. And so she traveled to New York City and wrote a sociology paper on sort of bagel making. And so just, again, a phenomenal time of year. The last 2 slides I want to go over, the Williams tutorial is just what it says there. It is a class with 1 professor and 2 students for an entire semester. And so what happens is the 2 students sort of take turns every week. The tutorial only meets once a week, and they take turns sort of being the lead for the week, and professor sort of takes a back seat and lets the students sort of drive the discussion. So this is us just sort of taking small classes to another level. And in the interest of time, I will show this slide, but I will not read through it for you because again, I'm sure you all can take a peek, but we're just lucky to have a really, really generous financial aid program, and we don't do any kind of scholarships. We meet 100% of families' demonstrated need. And so what a family needs is what we're able to cover. And again, you can see there's sort of an average aid package. 94% of it will be in grants, which is the word that everyone wants to hear. So I will leave it at that. Other folks have said this too, but Instagram, you should, like, if you're interested in any of our schools, just go follow us on Instagram. It's a great way to get a sense of campus and what our students are up to. And that's it. Thank you, Sarah. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
At this time, I'd like to invite all of our panelists to join me back on camera. We are going to go to what we call a round robin Q&A, give everyone a chance to share some insight with you and some advice. So starting with DePaul University, the theater school, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Yeah, that's a great question. I always tell students, ask all the questions, right? Like, there's no silly question. the reason we are admissions counselors and professionals and do what we do is because we truly want to help you and be there for you. So please don't hesitate to reach out.
Bard College at Simon's Rock.
I would say not to let the cost of attendance be the reason why you do not apply to any institution. I think Manor College mentioned it during their presentation. You should definitely submit a FAFSA. You should definitely let us provide you a package and have you make the decision, but do not let the cost or the initial cost be the reason why you don't submit an application.
Manor College.
Try to visit as many colleges as you can. Being on campus, your emotions will come into play and you'll know whether it's a good fit or not.
Thomas Jefferson University.
I would echo that. It really doesn't matter where you're admitted into if you don't like it there. So please tour and pick your place, and if you have an interview with a school, do remember that you're also interviewing that school, right? They're not just interviewing you, you're also interviewing them, and you want to find your special place. So take that seriously.
University of Pittsburgh.
I recommend asking to be connected with a student that is either studying something that you're interested in or is involved in groups that you're looking to be involved with. They're the ones actually students. You can hear directly from the source what classes they're taking, what they like, what they don't like. They are, I think, an underutilized resource. So reach out to your counselor and ask to be connected with a student to hear more about campus life.
Williams College.
Yeah, I think I'll echo Lindy. I just think being connected with a current student is the way that you can really get a sense of a place. And believe me, during the pandemic, we all have worked really hard to put on our websites like ways to connect with our current students. So take advantage of that. Yeah.
For our next question, we'll start again with DePaul. What's one thing you want students to remember about your school?
Yeah, I think I want you all to remember that sometimes it can feel very intimidating to jump into this audition interview application process when it comes to theater school. And you just need to remember that we are considering each one of you individually as amazing applicants to this institution. And we want you to just come in, do your best. And as some of my colleagues have said, like, if you're the right fit, you're going to end up the place that you're supposed to be.
Bard College at Simon's Rock.
I think that age doesn't define your time to be able to start college. We're an early college and students can do so at any time.
Manor College.
The two takeaways that I would give are that we are incredibly affordable and that our curriculums are incredibly hands-on.
Thomas Jefferson University.
We have pretty much two sides of a coin. So we've got architecture, design, and then over here we've got health and science. And knowing that you don't necessarily have to pick one. Lots of students will pick one and major in one and minor in another, and they don't have to be related at all, which opens yourself up to a lot of really interesting experiences and career opportunities.
University of Pittsburgh.
I think the opportunities, being a large university and having access to Pittsburgh, we make it really hard for you to not be able to do something. So an easier way to say that would be we make it really easy for you to do anything that you want, any research, any study abroad program, any academic program. And all of that is why our graduates graduate with a lot of Pitt pride. They're really proud of what they did at the university.
Williams College.
Yeah, I think I'd want people to know that Williams students are really bright, really curious, pretty open-minded, and fun and fired up to learn.
On that note, I want to thank our wonderful presenters for their insight, your information, and your guidance to all of the attendees today. And thank you all for tuning in and joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Westtown. Thank you, and we hope you have a great rest of the day.
Thanks, Sarah.